When I'm working for my company, Red Hawk Firearm Training, my job title is the Chief Gun Evangelist. I don't go on gun ranges to preach. That's not what I'm about to do either. But I do want to tell you that my worldview is that everything you need to know about life, you can find in the Word of God. And I'm not here to preach at you. If that is not your spiritual conviction, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just here to tell you what I've discovered works for me and the and every single person that I get to introduce that topic to.
MagTech has maintained their high quality during the ammo panic and ramped production to the max. Their ammo is the only ammo I run on the range because of its performance and reliability. I recommend MagTech wholeheartedly.
But that's my foundation. Beyond that, everything you need to know about life you can learn on the gun range. Today was not necessarily a defensive course. Today was a function course, and that function was to help you understand how many times you tell yourself that you cannot. How many times you disqualify yourself from greatness or from even being good at something. Dave Laird's last target was pretty righteous. And you know what we normally do after we do something that great? Holster up and go, well, I mean, I'm sure that Brian Hill could have done it better. And we think that's humility. It's not. It is disregarding the goodness that God put in you. I believe you were made in the image of God. I believe you bear His image. And therefore, I believe that you have greatness in you and you shouldn't have to apologize for it. I mean, is it bragging to say, hey, I did well on that? Really? Is that bragging to say, I did well today? Now, it's bragging to say, no one's ever done anything as good as I did. Let me tell you what. But we have misunderstood humility for a long time, and we wind up insulting or at least not acknowledging the greatness of the presence of God that we bear. So with that in mind, I want to tell you that everything I need to know about life I've learned on the gun range. And if you let this sink in, this can change your life. Number one, there was a task. Can you hear me, Dave? There was a task that you thought was impossible today. And that was to put the gun in your other hand and be even remotely proficient. And what did you discover? Well, holy cow. I am equally proficient at non-time-based shooting. Mirror image. How cool is that? That opens up a whole new world of defensive tactics and protocols and techniques that you can come to my classes for, or anybody on this range's classes for, and get great training. You just unlocked a secret that you didn't know. Okay? But today, whether you were shooting with your dominant hand or shooting with your non-dominant hand, as you press those sights out, or a dot, let's just use iron sights for the sake of illustration, your rear sights had to raise up to your front sight to be aligned and to be in time with each other relative to your target for you to be able to do anything you wanted to do today, correct? So let me ask you a question. I believe that the most dangerous weapon that we all possess that can enhance or destroy the lives of the people around us is right here. With the words that I choose to say, or the words that I just let fly. Today, you did not fire a single round under my direction without having the rear sight and the front sight in time with each other and aligned before you fired that round. So what if, from this moment forward, you made the choice, and you may think it's impossible, but what did you already learn about impossible things? They're a lie. But what if you made the choice from this day forward to make sure that the rear sight of your heart and the front sight of your intent for the other person were always in time and always aligned before you ever utter another syllable out of your most dangerous weapon. Anybody ever had a moment where you said something and it felt really, really true in the moment, and so you just let them have it, and the next day you really wish you hadn't said it? Another way of saying that, is anybody married? Yeah, me too. Me too. All the time we walk around condition one. Sorry, do you know what that means? It means like the hammer's back on a 1911 with no safety and there's a round in the chamber, totally unsafe. It means if you just whisper to that trigger, it's going to go off. We walk around condition one with our vocabulary all day long. And I'm here to tell you that every single relationship that you have, whether it's forming a new friendship here at this conference, whether it's somebody that is near and dear to your heart, or whether it's somebody that you work with, imagine all the moments that could have changed your life right now had you just waited and thought, is the rear side of my heart aligned with the front sights of my intention for this person? And am I saying something that's going to benefit them? One of the rules that we learn on the gun range is always be aware of your target and what's well beyond it. My intention for you is that you have a wonderful life. And so if I'm going to align the rear side of my heart and the front side of my intent, and I'm going to make sure that's lined up, and I'm aware of my target and what I want for you in the future, what's well beyond this moment, then I will be very careful how I fire the most dangerous weapon that I possess. If you are in command of your words, and you choose to love the people that you love well and call out the good in them, everything can change. Some of you I've never met before, but I kept telling you, I love you. It's not a gimmick, it's not a trick, that's real, that's just who I am. But did you feel how empowered you felt when I put the gun in your left hand, you fired that one shot, and then I said to each one of you, I love you, I believe in you, so experience this. Did you feel the power of that? Did you believe me? Was I putting on a show? What would happen if when you got back home, you went to the most important relationship that you have, whoever that might be, and you told them, I love you, and I believe in you, and I want to have this experience be great together? What might change? What might change? And you might be thinking, but Samuel, that's impossible. What'd you just learn about impossible things?